to the boring life. My name is Aaron Jones, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Today's episode is just going to be me telling you things about me. It is the boring life of Aaron Jones, so I guess it'd be good for you to know who I am if I'm going to document things in my life. So let's get started. First off, my name is Aaron Jones. We've established that. I'm 23 years old. I'll be 24 in September. Born and raised in the big city of Meridian. I lived my whole life here. I am a drummer. I got my first drum set when I was 10. But I was playing on my friend Jake Hyatt's drum set at his house, and he was kind of giving me some lessons. So I like to consider myself self-taught. I like to consider myself self-taught, but I did have some help along the way and learned some things from other people. I use Mapex drums. I have some DW 9000 pedals with a DW 9000 hi-hat. It's the XF series, which is the extended footboard. I use Minel cymbals. I just recently got my first set of Minel cymbals about 3 weeks ago, and I am in love. I use Evans heads and Vader drumsticks. Vader 3A, the fatbacks. They're really good. I also like to do vocals as far as screaming, unclean vocals is what some people refer to them as. I plan on posting some videos of me doing some covers vocally in the future. That's always been my goal for my whole life, well, at least my whole music career. I've always wanted to be a vocalist in a band, but there's a higher demand for drummers, I guess, so I'm playing drums right now. I was in a worship band in high school. It was probably middle school to early high school days. We were called Eternal Hold, which is something that I actually came up with, and I still want to do that band name somewhere in my future, whether that'd be an album name or a song name or an actual band name. I guess I could tell you a little bit about what happened with that. We broke up several years ago, obviously, but we did mainly worship songs, covers. We would cover worship songs. We were planning on writing stuff in the future, but that never really worked out. I played keyboard and backup vocals. I kind of feel bad about the way things happened with us because I was so determined to be a screamer in a band that I think I brought the band down in a lot of ways. They wanted to pursue other things, and I was steadily holding them down. Eventually, Micah, which was the lead singer and rhythm guitar player, ended up saying that he was leaving the band, and then a few years later they were starting another band without me called Minor Prophet, and I totally get that now as an adult, but me being a young kid, I just really wanted to be in a band, and I was trying too hard. Micah right now is the worship leader at FAM, which is First Assembly in Meridian. But I think that they're just became youth pastors there too. I could be wrong about that, but him and his wife, which is Alicia Reynolds, Micah Reynolds, Alicia Reynolds, they have 2 kids together. I think they're pregnant again, actually. Jake, which was the drummer, he is in Cleveland, Mississippi. He was in college. He's pursuing things up there, and he is actually in a band right now, and I think they just got done with a studio, so he's doing pretty good for himself. Jonathan Smith, I think he's close to Memphis. I think he's living close to Memphis. He got married a year or 2 ago. Well, I've been married a year, so he got married probably 2 or 3 years ago, and he's running sound for shows up there in Memphis area. Austin, which is Jonathan's brother. Jonathan played guitar. Austin played bass. I really don't know what's up with Austin. He goes to the church. He goes to this church, but I don't really know. I know he's working, and I think he is in college. If Austin, if you see this, tell me. I don't know. I have been running sound and playing drums for this church, which is Faith Assembly of God in Quitman. I have been running sound for, I would like to say, about 7 years. I enjoy it. It's fun. These lights back here are mine. I run the youth and I run the main sanctuary on Sunday mornings. Fast forward a few years after the whole band situation, I'm talking to this girl. We were close to dating. We weren't actually dating at this time, but in 2011, October 19th, I was in a car wreck. Girlfriend at the time was driving, and I let her drive. She had a permit. I was underage too. I had just turned 18. She went around a curve and slammed into a tree and broke my back. It was a compression fracture on the T12 vertebrae. I spent 5 or 6 days in the hospital. I was on bed rest for about 2 months. This was my senior year as well. So I'm stuck in bed. She's bringing me homework to do every day. So I think I had to wear a brace, a back brace, for like 2 more months after being put on bed rest. But I'm completely fine now. I don't have any back pain. Walking, talking human being, just normal. Graduated high school May 15th, 2012, as an awkward little guy that looked like he was about 12. Fast forward a few months down the road, I've started college, and I'm single. I met Vanessa Rayleigh, which was her name, on February 5th, 2013. She commented on a picture on Instagram. It wasn't even a picture of me, it was a picture of a road. She said that I had posted, actually this is what happened. I made a caption of like, can anyone guess where this road is? And it's actually like right down the road from this church. It's in Clark County. And she said, Clark County, you live near me. I live in Lauderdale. And I was like, well, actually, I live in Lauderdale. And then she was like, oh, cool, we should hang out sometime. And a few weeks later, we met at the mall in Meridian and hit it off from there. Fast forward another few more months, I got a job at Genesis Telecommunications. It was a security company. My first day in Genesis was September 30th, 2013, which was actually my birthday. My first day was on my birthday. Nothing really interesting happened in a few years. Like, I was dating, I was working. Fast forward almost 4 years later, I marry Vanessa Rayleigh. Now she's Jones, but we married on June 25th, 2016. We had our honeymoon in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. In October of 2016, I joined a band called Goodbye Boston. It had consisted of Jonathan Kaufman, Zach Edmonds, and Andrew O'Neill Smith. Andrew O'Neill Smith was originally from Boston, so that's, I guess, where the name came from. I joined and started playing drums for them. In November of 2016, Taylor Stokes joined Goodbye Boston. That's how we kind of became friends. We had talked a few times before that, but that's how we really started to become good friends. He was in the first episode of The Boring Life, and he'll be in plenty more, trust me. In February of this year, I quit Goodbye Boston. I had felt like it wasn't really where I wanted to go musically. It was fun, I loved it, but I didn't feel like it was where I needed to be. And then in that same month, I also got laid off from Genesis. Not for any bad reason, besides the fact that they were struggling financially and they couldn't afford to keep me hired. So in March, I started talking to Taylor about getting another band together. We decided that we wanted to continue pursuing music together, and that's how It Gets Better started. We weren't called It Gets Better at first. I kind of said, I was just naming a bunch of stuff kind of as a joke, and I said that, and they're like, oh, that's kind of neat. I kind of like that. So we're not necessarily officially named It Gets Better. That's just what we call ourselves until we get more established. So when I say It Gets Better, it's me, Taylor, and Tyler, which actually in May of this year, Tyler Oakes joined the band It Gets Better. He's our singer. He's a really good singer. In June of this year, I celebrated my 1-year anniversary of being married. Well, me and Vanessa, not just me. She was there too. So that's basically my life, and from 2 up to this point, and I hope you learned some things about me that you didn't know before, or that you had already knew, you just wanted to hear me talk. Either way, thanks for watching. If you like the stuff, like it. If you want to see more of The Boring Life, subscribe. I would love to make a career out of vlogging, being a daily vlogger. Yeah, so The Boring Life, it's happening. Hopefully it's not boring. What I have coming up is on the 26th of this month, we will be going to Pensacola, Florida to see Crown the Empire, Icy Stars, Palaye Royale, and Out Came the Wolves. They will be at the Vinyl Music Hall. We'll be going there and then staying the night in Saraland, Alabama that night, which is about an hour away from Pensacola, which is about 2 hours away from Meridian, so Saraland's in the middle. We'll stay there. We'll come home Thursday, which is the day after the show. And then the Friday after that, we're actually going to the Warped trip, which is going to be the 28th through the 31st. So it's literally go to the Crown the Empire show Wednesday, come home Thursday, and then leave for Houston Friday. It'll be a busy week, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna vlog about as much as I possibly can and get as much footage of bands as possible so I can entertain YouTube. That's the goal. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode of The Boring Life. I hope it wasn't boring, but anyway, like, subscribe, comment like every YouTuber says. Anyway, see ya.